From Oprah and Michael Jordan to Soul Train and the blues, a new book looks at how Black Chicagoans have influenced pop culture in America for decades.
We Are the Culture, Black Chicago's Influence on Everything is written by journalist, author, and lecturer at Northwestern University's Medill School of Journalism, Ariane Nettles, and she joins us now. Thanks for being with us.
Good morning.
Thank you for having me. Good morning.
So you're a Chicagoan yourself.
Yes.
And talk about how not just Black culture has influenced pop culture, but Chicago Black culture it has influenced pop culture.
Yeah, absolutely. And so, so much has happened right here. And I like to kind of think about Chicago as the heart of the country, right?
Right.
And so not only are we physically in the middle, but due to migration patterns, Chicago really took a lot of Black culture from the South and kind of modernized it and created something special that we now see across the U.S. and across the world.
Like the blues,
Like
for
the blues,
instance.
yeah.
The
Yes.
first musical influence, right?
Yes. And so, there was blues in like the Mississippi Delta, but the type of kind of urban blues that we know it to be today, a lot of that is influenced by the Chicago sound, right? From people who were Black Chicagoans who kind of modernized it and changed it and created this new genre.
Yeah. What about the Chicago Defender? How unusual was it to have a Black voice in those days?
Yeah. And so there were other newspapers before the Chicago
Yeah.
Defender, but the Chicago Defender had such a national reach. They had subscribers across the country. And so when events would happen everywhere, the Defender was covering it, And so just really being able to have that reach and have that influence to be able to, especially during the Great Migration, say, hey, not only do we want you all to come up here to move to Chicago, here's where you can live, here is where you can work, and just really have such a strong influence on actually migration patterns.
And the whole Johnson family influence with Ebony and talk about Fashion Fair and the makeup line. Talk about that influence.
Yes. And so a lot of us know about Ebony and Jet.
Right.
But even before that, there was Negro Digest. And we know a little bit about Fashion Fair. I think most of us know. But, just the influence of how Fashion Fair Cosmetics was actually created because of models who were part of the Fashion Fair it was more of like a charity fashion show. And Eunice Johnson saw that they were mixing kind of like eyeshadows and stuff and kind of being artists to make
to mix their own colors.
Yeah. And so, she said, no, we're going to make our own. And so just there was so much innovation in that. So she was, and then even with, the show, she would go over to Paris and Milan, and she would really demand of a lot of the top designers to make sure that there was inclusion in their fashion shows.
And we always look for an excuse to play Soul Train video, so here it is.
It's just the best.
Probably doesn't seem cutting edge now, but it was kind of cutting edge at the time.
Absolutely. And so although, yes, there were a lot of places across the country that may have had, their own kind of individual dance shows, this was really specific, and it was actually really innovative. And part of that was because it leaned into Chicago. And when people talk about Don Cornelius, they'll say, well, Don was, he was a cat from Chicago, right? And so that influence, that permeated through the soul of the show.
And of course, I think people have heard of someone named Michael Jordan and someone named Oprah, but you forget about we're so spoiled that we had that all here, but you forget about the reach way beyond that started here. Yeah.
Absolutely. And, many people could argue, and I argue, that yes, although these people could have done some of these things other places, I do not think that without the support of Chicagoans and doing this work in Chicago, it could have spread the way it did.
And Chance the Rapper as well, more recently.
Yes, Chance the Rapper, right? Showing people that you don't necessarily have to be in a place like Los Angeles to have an amazing career where you can still sell out arenas right here in Chicago and have such an influential career. And that's what we want our young people to be able to see.
Well, it's fascinating. The book is We Are the Culture, Black Chicago's Influence on Everything. For more, you can check out Ariane's website and follow her on social media. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for having me.
Good to see you. We'll be right back.